What's going on, guys? Mecha Ish here, and from Killer Instinct the video game, we got a brand new line of 6-inch collectibles, and we have here Fulgore. Let's do it.
Level 138 in progress. Prepare for launch in 3, 2.
Step out of your world.
Welcome back, guys, to another collectible figure review, and I got Killer Instinct collectible figures Series 1 Wave 1 by Ultimate Source here, and you can see I got Fulgore. Now, I'm new to this Killer Instinct line, and I think a lot of you guys will be too, because it took me by surprise. And if you saw my review on Jago, you know, I was pleasantly surprised. Yes, it is lacking in terms of articulation, but they're pretty cool looking and highly detailed, highly sculpted. So I'm excited to crack open here this Fulgore. Let's talk about the box. You can see great artwork of Fulgore here, and it says exclusive in-game unlockable, which is going to be an alternate costume. Killer Instinct, sick logo there, the KI. Fulgore collectible figure, Series 1 Wave 1. It says Ultimate Source, that is the company of artists and sculptors and painters and all that make these figures. I'm working with Microsoft Studios. Of course, it's an Xbox exclusive game. And we got Fulgore. A new Fulgore is online with a singular directive: eliminate enemies of Ultratech. Going on to the back. Oh, this one says full body articulation. Now I am super excited to open this one because the Jago just had shoulder articulation and a little bit of wrist articulation and head. Full body, I am down with that. That's going to be awesome. Comes with removable base, includes Fulgore figure, a second interchangeable head, and weapon blade accessory. Again, the exclusive in-game thing. And you see other figures in the line. You got Hisako Jago, Saberwolf Shadow Jago, and Spinal, who hasn't come out yet. But I will be reviewing each and every one of these figures, and I've already reviewed Jago, so please check out that video review on my channel. And you got a nice looking image of Fulgore there with his base. Killer Instinct, baby. Alright, let's unbox this bad boy together. We have the tab here. Let me flip it to the side so we can start opening this bad boy Fulgore, take him out of his prison here. We got Killer Instinct Fulgore collectible figure, Series 1 Wave 1. Highly detailed collectible figure, was developed and sculpted by the dedicated team at Ultra Source sculpting team Fight On. It's a scratch off in the back, and it's for the alternate costume, which I will be using at a later time. And let's see what he comes with. All right, you see the accessories are wrapped in plastic there. We'll put those to the side. That's pretty cool. Look at that. See the alternate head with the hair. That looks nice. And part of his base. Okay, now you see the two black plastic, and Fulgore is sandwiched in between them. So let's take him out. Let's be careful. I do not want to mess up this. Oh! He fell, but he's all right. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. This is awesome, guys. As you can see, he just fell right out. He couldn't wait to meet me. Hello, Fulgore. But this is so cool. And all right, already you can see the articulation. Now, this is an action figure, guys. Definitely an upgrade in terms of articulation. When compared to Jago. Alright, so very excited to get a closer look at this Fulgore, but for the time being, we're going to put him to the side, and let's see what else we got. It looks like the rest of the base here, and you can see nothing else in the plastic, so we'll put that away. So now we have this awesome looking environmental display base, and just look how well painted this metallic platform is. You can see there's a lot going on here. It has that worn out look. It is totally torn off here on the right side, and man, they did a great job. You can see a lot of painted detail and sculpt work went into this. You can see scratches on the side here, and you can see these sculpted claw marks, it seems, on the base there. So that is a very nice touch. You know, these Killer Instinct characters are fighting all across the universe, fighting over everything and busting stuff up. You can't take these guys anywhere. Now, I just wanted to point something out here. You see this rail that I showed you came in the plastic package. And now the rail, I had plugged it on, and then I had taken it off, trying to show you guys how to put it on. It's easy enough, but my knuckleheadedness totally snapped off one of the pegs, because once you place this in, it is very secure, and it takes a little bit of force to pull it out, and I was in a rush, and I just yanked it right out. So, guys, please be careful. I wouldn't want you guys messing up your accessories, even though this is just a rail and it does not take away at all from this awesome looking base. And I'm so happy I didn't bust up the action figure yet, but we'll have to see. Stay tuned. Now we have this other piece that came in the plastic package there, which is to match this torn up look on the right side of the base. Now we're gonna plug it right in, and once I plug it in, I am not taking it off again, but make sure it's nice and secure, and it just adds to the look of damage on this side of the base. I love how it's not just a separate display base that was tacked on with an action figure. You can see the guys at Ultimate Source did a wonderful job at painting, at sculpting, even the display base, which usually most people just toss away and lose. But you'll see with this Fulgore figure, you're actually gonna need it for him to stand up properly because his feet are sculpted a little funky. Let's run down a few things about Fulgore. Now this is a great looking action figure, and I want to touch on, just get it out of the way, the articulation of this Fulgore, because I am very impressed at how much more articulated this character is compared to the Jago figure, which I reviewed. But let's go right here with the head. He's on a ball joint, you can see right there, no hinge. So he's on a ball, so you're going to get 360-degree range of motion, unless you plug the cables here in the back. You can see these big giant holes in the back there that actually plug in. So you can have it's an extra displayable option there, where whether or not you guys want to have his cables flopping in the wind, or if you want to have more prim and proper like and keep everything tucked in. But that is a great touch. I love that they added that extra feature there, you know, depending on what you prefer. But you got the head articulation. You have a shoulder hinge here. You can see the hinge there at the shoulder. He is able to get 360-degree range of motion, and he is able to raise his arm laterally about that much. Now going on to the elbow joint, you can see he has just a single elbow joint, which is kind of like a ballish joint, circular motion there, but it does not flex further than this, and it extends pretty well too. No wrist articulation, and you see I already attached one of his blades, which are easily removable, and this is sick. You can take that right off, and let me put on the other one, and just so you can see how easy that is. And then we have waist articulation, so he can go 360 degrees around, which is a big upgrade from Jago. And you can see he has a hip joint, which is a ball, but it doesn't look like the ball. There's no hinge at the ball joint there. He is unable to rotate. That ball looks pretty static, but the leg itself is able to rotate 360 degrees, and you have a nice single jointed knee articulation. Now there is no articulation at the ankle or feet here, so it looks, you know, the sculpt of the feet is a little weird looking, a little contorted. You can see this one is going up inwards, and this one is the toes are flipped up going outwards here. So he can stand on his own, but thankfully he has the base, which is going to make him look that much more cool. Let's take a look at the sculpted detail here of the head. Now, you know, this is Fulgore's classic look. Let me because you see with the articulation, once you plug these in, you're going to limit some of the articulation because they're plugged in, right? When they're free, then you can get the full range of motion there. But we have this nice classic look of Fulgore. I love how well sculpted it is. The paint applications, as you can see from head to toe, are so well done. You have the dark gray, you know, the metallic gunmetal, metallic gray going on there. You got a lot of silver and a lot of wash to really accentuate all those little muscle fibers, it looks like. This is reminiscent to me of Crisis. If you guys have played the Crisis video game, the main character has his awesome exosuit where you can see these, it's more black, and you can see a lot of the muscle fibers. It's very organic looking, and here it has that feel to it as well. We have these very organic looking silver painted lines, and just looks great. And then it contrasts very well with the gunmetal gray shoulder armor and the forearm, very cybernetic looking. I mean, that is what Fulgore is supposed to be. A big giant robot cybernetic creature that can kick you a bootay. Now going back to his head, you can see that nicely sculpted detail there. You can see the silver mouthpiece, his deep red eyes, and I love the gunmetal gray forehead, and I love the ponytail here. I mean, a robot with a ponytail, why not? And the ponytail has that fiery look to it where you can see the bright orange and the darker orange, and that looks sick. Now, speaking of the sculpt of this head, you can see how mine looks a little mushed in, right? You see on the left side of his face, right by the mouthpiece, it looks like he got cracked real hard. I mean, for a fighting figure, you know, a little damage, battle damage is fine. But I want these figures also before they get into the fight. So you can see it looks a little warped right there. But thankfully he has an alternate head. And I can pop this bad boy right on. And I am really loving this head. This is very cool. You see here, it also has the cables that plug right into the back. And he also has, let's see, let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so more like spider-like, right? He has these red bulbous eyes. All different sizes. And he has the black encasing them, and that looks great. Everything is so clean. And this is a more silver-colored head. Very metallic. And then instead of the ponytail, he has these long cables coming out the back. Very flexible, orangey cables here. You see that? Very nice touch. And of course, you can plug these right back in. But it's the same range of motion. You see, it's just an alternate head. And to the back, they did a great job. You know, it looks like no stone was left unturned on this figure. They really did a great job of making him appear as video game accurate as possible. I wanted to touch on the awesome sculpt of his blades. Now, you have here 2 sets of interchangeable blades. This is his more classic double-bladed forearm weapon here, and you can see it also has that dark gunmetal gray, nice sheen to it, and it's just, you know, very flexible here. So be careful for warping, you know, but it's easily fixable. And I want to show you guys my favorite ones, which are these translucent. Look at that. These translucent forearm blades that are nicely curved, longer than the other blades. They look cool. This looks right out of Halo, right? Now take a look at that. I love the blue translucency. And you can see on top of the curved area, it's a much darker blue. Now, I don't know if that's just the way everything was molded and how it turned out, but that is a great look to it because you have the dark blue outline and then the light baby blue translucent plastic. Also very flexible. I wanted to size these guys up to give you guys an idea of what this 6-inch Killer Instinct universe, these action figures coming from Ultimate Source, is shaping up to be. I am excited for this universe. You see how well scaled they are together, with Fulgore being almost 6.5 inches tall. He is supposed to be taller than Jago. Unfortunately, Jago is limited in articulation. He just has the arm movement, shoulder movements, I should say. But he has no waist swivel. His stance is locked in that position, where Fulgore can do a little robot movement. He can dance. He can raise his arms. You know, he has knee and elbow joint articulation. So I'm excited to see, you know, going on down the line, which figures have what. They say Jago is weapon-based articulation, where Fulgore is full body articulation. I would have to say I am a bigger fan of the full body articulation, but they all look great together in the 6-inch scale. More 6-inch collectibles of video game fighting characters. Hell yes. Now check out my boy Fulgore here with that alternate head that I put on, and he has his alternate translucent blades, which I'm really digging. So this is the look I prefer for Fulgore, the way I'm going to display him, because this guy's head isn't smashed in like the other one. But this is a great looking action figure, you know, and I didn't know of Ultimate Source beforehand. I definitely know of them now, and I will be keeping an eye out for what they put out. You know, even though the articulation is lacking in these Killer Instinct 6-inch collectible figures, as you saw with Jago, this Fulgore here, it has a lot more articulation, still limited in some areas, but it is so well sculpted. The paint applications are great. So I can't complain really, you know, and I'm just going to display them just like this, and it's going to look awesome. So very happy to have this 6-inch Killer Instinct action figure collectible by Ultimate Source. Oh man, and guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you check out my channel for previous reviews, and I got a lot more fun things, a lot of other action figure reviews coming your way. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. For Fulgore, this is Mecha Ish. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.